Om Swastiastu. Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome back to me Diantari in my video. So, in this occasion, I will discuss about educational supervision. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Luh Putu Diantari. You can call me Dian. Name 2011 17 10 41 from class PBI 3A Bangli. Educational supervision. In educational supervision, there are definition, type of educational supervision, purpose of educational supervision, function, and the last one is example. Definition: educational supervision. Educational supervision, or we call Supervisi Pendidikan, is an activity and coaching activity carried out by a professional to assist teacher and other education personnel in improving teaching material, method, and evaluation by continuously stimulating, coordinating, and guiding. So the teacher become more professional in improving the achievement of school goals. And then the definition of supervision education, according to expert, the first is P. Adam and Frank G. Dickey. Educational supervision is a planned program in an effort to improve subject. The second is Harris and Bissett. The definition of educational supervision is a form of social action related to administration in order to slightly influence the achievement to school teaching goals. And then the last one is Kimmel Willis. The meaning of educational supervision is a supervisor's activity and relation to a relationship between human and other humans who work with everyone in the existing educational environment. Next, type of educational supervision. There are various types of educational supervision that can be distinguished based on several classifications, including the first from an organizational point of view. The type of educational supervision based on the point of view of the organization can be divided into two, namely internal control and external control. Internal control is a supervision carried out on work units within the organization. Carried internal control confers matters directly related to the function of educational institution, as supervision of the budget system and supervision of standard cost. And then external supervision. External supervision is supervision carried out by the rank of the organization. Such supervision is carried out by institutions or agencies that are not included in the administrative jurisdiction of the organization. External supervision can provide benefits, namely an increase in the credibility of the success and program of the organization. The principle adopted in the implementation of external supervision is the principle of partnership between the supervision and the supervised. Next, point of view of time. The type of educational supervision based on the point of view of the time that be divided into three, namely continuous supervision is supervision that is carried out continuously as long as an activity is still ongoing. Periodic supervision is supervision carried out every certain period of time. And then the last one is temporary supervision, namely supervision carried out at any time based on the meaning of need. And then we go to based on the substance. The type of educational supervision based on their substance can be divided into several types, namely the first supervision of the personal field, or we call manpower, and then the second is supervision is of facilities and infrastructure. The third is academic supervision, and next supervision of students' affairs, and then the number five is financial supervision, and the last one is supervision of public relations. Next, we go to purpose of supervision of education. Some of the objective of educational supervision, including the first, provide guidance the principal and teacher to better understand the true goals of education and the role of schools in realizing this goal. Number two is increase the ability of principals and teachers to be able to prepare their students to become more effective members of society. The third is provide assistance to principals and teachers so that they can critically diagnose teaching and learning activities and difficult experienced as well as provide assistance to them in planning improvement. The fourth is increase the awareness of school principal and teacher as well as other school members regarding democratic and comprehensive ways of working, as well as increase their willingness to be willing to help each other. Number five is increase the enthusiasm and motivation of teachers so that they can excel to optimize performance optimally in their profession. And then the last one is provide assistance to school principal to popularize the development of educational programs in school through the community. Next, education supervision function. Some of educational supervision function, including the first is research. The function of research in educational supervision is to find a way out of the social. Okay, we go to rating. The supervisory assessment function is a function to measure the desired level of progress, or in other words, to find out how much it has been achieved. The assessment is carried out in various ways, including the first test, the second standard setting, the third assessment of students' learning progress, and etc. And then the last one is review. The supervision improvement function is an effort to provide encouragement to teacher individually or in groups so that they are willing to make improvement and carrying out their duties. Their improvement can be made through guiding, namely by generating, generating will, give spirit, and then directing and simulating to experiment. The supervisory development function is one of effort to solve the problem being faced by providing guidance or training to teachers on new ways of implementing the learning process. And then um, example of education supervision. Broadly speaking, the type of supervision available in the education sector can include several things. For example, educational supervision in the form of inspection and training and direction. The first is inspection. Inspection is the most important form of supervision because the class must be inspected by a supervisor. It might be the principal of the school concrete on the school superintendent. And then number two is training and briefing. Supervision, charge training and direction is valued in modern education system for its positive and lasting impact on teachers' teaching performance. Students are the central point in the teaching and learning process, so the teaching program must be in accordance with the needs of each student. Okay, that's all of my discussion. And then thank you for watching. I am with Rama Santi. Om Santi 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 Om. Thank you.